Reserve out of Division 2, Elizabeth Mercer, Cherokee County, Columbus, Kansas. And in Division 3, Reserve, Cian Greason, out of Haskell County, Select. These are your three reserves, your three different divisions. Your champion out of Division 1, Lindsay Pease, Labette County, Shatoma. Your champion out of Division 2, Cherokee County, Columbus, Kansas, Grant Simpson. Division 3 champion, Cherokee County, Columbus, Kansas, Elizabeth Mercer. Your sponsors tonight, Grand Champion Meat Goat, the Kansas Meat Goat Association. Your reserve Grand Meat Goat goes to Mormon Showtech fees. Thank you to the Kansas Meat Goat Association and Mormons for their patronage and their help. Preston Ferris was a 4-H'er and FFA'er. Went to Texas A&M. 31 years he served as a county extension agent. Today he's a livestock ag consultant, primarily in sheep and goats. He's worked all the big ones, Denver, North Carolina. Probably his things that he enjoyed the most, he said, was when he went to Australia 2 different times to see how we kind of shape up against the Australians. You might have recognized the name Ferris because he has a son, Dr. Brian Ferris, at Kansas State University. He has 2 daughters, a wife, Kay. The Kansas State Fair would like to welcome and we would like to ask you to help Preston Ferris to the Kansas State Fair. Preston, thank you for coming.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me say what an honor it is to have the opportunity to judge your inaugural Meat Goat Show as a part of your grand drive here at the Kansas State Fair. That said, you've added a species of livestock which is extremely important in terms of animal agriculture in the United States. I think that this is probably the most broadly represented species of livestock throughout the states that we have, because these goats are all the way from east to west, they're all the way from north to south. They fit well in a small farm flock situation, or they work very well in terms of being in my part of the world where there are 5,000 of them. So you've added a very, very important piece to your show. In terms of animal agriculture, this is a product which, in terms of red meat consumption in the world, goat meat is #1. And there's a reason for that. It's a very wholesome product. It's a product that is very high in protein, it's very low in fat, it's very good in iron, States are just beginning to understand what the rest of the world has known for a long time, that this product is extremely good for you. It's really neat to see you have this product, and I can assure you that as well, from the standpoint of this as a 4-H and FFA livestock project, you're going to see it grow and grow and grow. We saw the same thing happen in Texas. We now show 1,200 goats in the San Antonio show because it just grows and grows. It's a wonderful project. Goats have a personality, and so kiddos like it. And folks, the main thing that we have about this project is it helps us to raise kids, and that's why we're all here. That's why I continue. I got a lot of gray in my hair, and I could retire from this and be just as happy as can be, but I still love working with these young people, and that's why I continue to judge. I'm a product of this myself. Many of you know my son. He grew up in this business as well. I had the opportunity to watch it impact the lives of many, many 4-H'ers over the years, and as was said earlier by your commissioner, and the 4-H leader, when you have these young people involved in this animal project, I tell you, as I look around here tonight, what a great crowd of supporters for young people. And if you want to have your young people involved with the very best young people in your state, here's the place to have them. And so I commend you for having that. I commend you for having this project. Just a very few words about these goats. As you heard, I've judged throughout the United States and Canada and Australia. I can tell you that the quality of the top end of your show is as competitive as any place that I've ever been. Now you notice I didn't say for your first show, I said for your show. The best, the top end of your goats are good enough to compete anywhere. So it was a thrill for me to come and see this quality of goats. And you know when you come to Kansas, you expect to see good animal agriculture, and that's exactly what I saw. I think what most impressed me about the show was, though, the quality of your young people. That's why we're all out here. This other goats that we have, I think, represent what I think are really important to the goat industry. And I talked about structural soundness, I talked about skeletal dimension, I talked about muscle, and then I talked about eye feel. And I think that's exactly what we see in all of these goats that we have here. As we start with this little lightweight goat, he's so sound, all his feet and legs, and so flexible in his skeleton as he moves around the ring. And yet when you hammer him down his top, he's really good in terms of the way he meets the hammer natural muscle down his top. One of the longest sided, most extended up-fronted goats in class is this middleweight goat that we have here today. And the other goat is very good in the core of his chest. If anything, maybe we could open him up in his forehead just a bit. But a goat that really handles nicely, really long hip, love that in this goat as well. The heavyweight goat on the far end, really heavy duty kind of goat, and yet a goat to me that still is a beautiful animal. I love the dimension in the floor of his chest. I love the way he opens in that forehead off the top of his body. I love that dimension down there underneath in that forehead. And as you handle this goat back down his top and into that hip, he's really wide in his shin bone, really moves off his feet and legs very, very well. The lightweight goats are the second place goats. The lightweight goats are really long-sided goats. You really got to get your hands on it. This goat's really powerful down his top as well. The second place middle goat, a goat that's really, really attractive, maybe a little tighter in his forefoot. The second place heavyweight goat, a goat that I think has a lot of meatiness and muscle, a little steeper hip in this goat than as we see in some of the others. It's been a distinct honor and pleasure for me. I'll now name your champion goat.
Should be allowed to sit. Then we're going to block it. Yeah.
Your champion goat in the inaugural goat show comes out of Division 3, Elizabeth Mercer, Cherokee County. Replacing her in the lineup now, Cian Greason. Your reserve grand champion for the 2011 Kansas State Fair Grand Drive Goat Show.